With a population approaching 1 million and the largest bazaar in the region, this is Sulaymaniyah, Kurdistan's capital of culture.
Slemani. Welcome to Slemani.
Coming up, dominoes, tanks, bazaars and poetry. Sulaymaniyah in Arabic, Slemani in Kurdish. Whatever you call it, this city is famous throughout Kurdistan for producing musicians, poets, scholars, politicians and writers. And for a people who have never enjoyed a fully independent nation state, the importance of Slemani in maintaining and building a cultural identity cannot be overstated. In 2019, it was also crowned a UNESCO City of Literature, one of only 42 around the world. It's hard to believe that in the mid-20th century, Sulaymaniyah was just a small town. The growth here has been astonishing. The city was always a point of resistance to the Baathist regime of Saddam Hussein, which meant that it was heavily controlled. From 1979 to 1991, this was the infamous detention centre of Saddam Hussein's regime. It's known as the Red House. Built to an East German design, the building specialised in torture throughout the 1980s and early 90s. The slightest hint of support for Kurdish separatism could land you in the notorious prison. The uprising in 1991 finally put an end to the horrors. Tanks left behind by the Baathist regime now stand rusting outside the bullet-ridden building, which has been turned into the National Museum in order not to forget. At the entrance to the museum, visitors walk through a corridor lined with mirror tiles to represent the people lost to Saddam's campaign of genocide against the Kurds. 4,500 light bulbs represent each village lost to the campaign known as Al-Anfal. More recently, the Kurds have had to fight off the terrorist group ISIS, and the museum also documents that fight and commemorates the bravery of every Peshmerga fighter that was lost to the battle. This is a museum that hits hard. The attacks on the Kurdish people by Saddam Hussein and by ISIS must not be forgotten. Look at all these people, then try to imagine that in 1991 everybody in the city fled to the mountains to escape the wrath of Saddam Hussein. The city was founded by the Kurdish prince Ibrahim Pasha Baban, who named it after his father, Sulaiman Pasha. When the Ottoman Empire collapsed in 1820, the city became the capital of the short-lived kingdom of Kurdistan. Culturally, it has always had strong links with Persia, and many Iranians visit the city to this day. Any visitor, wherever they're from, will enjoy the busy activity of the bazaar. Considered to be the largest in Kurdistan, it is without doubt the beating heart of the city. Domino's here is a really serious business.
We are in a sharp tea house. It's one of the famous oldest tea houses in Sulaymaniyah. As you can see, all these photos and pictures are from the politicians, the poets, well-known people in Sulaymaniyah. So this is basically a gathering place for the people. They play backgammon and they do tea, play domino, but usually it's the gossip. It goes around the city regarding politics and day-to-day life. It's quite busy all the time. Municipality of Slemani. This Ibrahim Pasha, he established Sulaymaniyah back in 1700. And this is a martyr from this town from early 1900. And the other statue is Bekas, one of the famous poets, Kurdish poets from this town.
One of the city's best-loved poets is Nali. Through his writings, he brought about a renaissance of the Kurdish language. He was an enlightened Kurdish patriot and campaigned for independence from both Ottoman and Iranian control. actions that inevitably forced him to flee. From his exile, he remembered Sulaymaniyah and Kurdistan in one of his most famous poems, in which he said, "Explaining the pain of exile, this burning fire of separation inside melts my heart, slowly dripping. Tell me, has the day for my return now come, or must I remain in this place forever?"
I hope that Nali would have felt comfortable to leave his exile and return to modern-day Kurdistan. The hotel takes security very seriously indeed. No guns, no alcohol, no smoking, but most importantly, no sunflower seeds. Now, if you watch my films, you'll know that if I find a great bookshop married to a great cafe, then I really am in heaven. This is the face of modern Iraqi Kurdistan. Probably not what you expected to see. At night, the streets around the bazaar turn into one great food market. Not too many options for a non-meat eater like myself, but I'm sure I'll find something. There, told you I'd find something. If you've enjoyed the film, then please subscribe to the channel where you'll find plenty more films about Iraq.